Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thank you so much for joining me. So I've had a lot of questions recently about how I go about organising my studio and my supplies. So I thought I would share with you a little video of what I do, what works best for me, and also give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what my space looks like. As you can see, it's quite small. So I would say the biggest things that I do is keep like with like. So by that I mean that I organise things by theme, colour, type of thing. So I'm going to share with you how I go about doing that. But I will admit that having your setup like this can take a little bit of work, especially in the beginning. So I'm also going to share with you how I use corralling folders and trays for when you're super busy, you're mid-flow, you're midway through a project. I'm going to share with you how you can go about using that before you have to put things back where they belong, back in their homes. So I really hope that you find my tips useful today, and I hope you enjoy seeing my little space. Right, so let's talk about how I categorise by theme, project and colour, first of all. So the first thing that I do is I have these project folders. So I've got ones for all the different themes that I'll come back to again and again. So for example, I've got blue winter, all of the papers that I would use for a project like that. I've got, Edith Holden, I've got autumn, I've got green botanicals. This is mainly just the papers and mainly just papers, that I would put in these because I have these project boxes. Now I only have space for 3 of them. So I've focused on the projects and themes that I will keep coming back to. So this is my sort of soft florals Edith Holden type of box. As you can see, I've got loads of stuff that I can use for that particular theme, all set up and categorized, organized, ready to go. I also have one of these boxes for green botanical, green forest, and also woodlands, because I do woodlands through autumn and winter. So I find that this keeps me going all year. And as you can see, you can put papers and bigger fussy cuts and things at the bottom. So yeah, everything is set up and ready so I can grab a folder and a box when I start my next projects. This is where I stow finished ephemera. So I've got various boxes, and again, everything is organised by theme, project, colour. So this is my purple box. So when I'm next working on a purple project, I know exactly where to come when I want to, use a pocket or use a tag, something that goes with that theme. I've got all of this stuff ready for me to use straight away. I do the same thing for woodlands. I've got boxes all over the place that I use in this same way. Again, it's just all the stuff that would work for that particular project. So it helps me to see at a glance, like I have a lot of pockets in here. I probably don't need to make more for a woodland type of project. And I find that this works really well for me. It's just having everything organized by that. I've got this little box that my husband made me, and this is all of my woodland embellishments, woodland clusters. Again, everything is just in this box, ready for me to grab when I'm next working on that particular project. Now I will say you don't need fancy boxes. I had some mugs that came in this box. I use cosmetic boxes, toiletry boxes, gift boxes, so whatever I can use and repurpose. Something that I use organised by colour is mainly trims. So I've got this drawer under my desk which is full of these white organza bags. All of my trims are colour coded, so I've got purples and blues. The white cream one is a bit of a mess at the moment, but being able to see them like this straight away when I'm next working on a particular coloured project, I can see exactly what I've got to use. Next, let's talk about how I organise by type of thing. I have these drawers on my desk, so this is where I keep fussy cuts, stickers, little bits and bobs. Again, everything is categorised by type, so I've got mushroom stickers, green leaf stickers. This is where I keep blank labels. I've got another drawer for sciencey, botanical type labels. I've got another drawer for like dates, numbers type of labels. I use a lot of labels, so I do have to have them stowed away like this. Again, everything has its home. So we've got animals and bird fussy cuts. I've got a drawer for like foliage type fussy cuts, lots of leaves in there. What else do I keep in here? I've got my book plates and the labels or words that I put inside the book plates kept together. I've got random words, and then I've got nature words. Again, everything is categorized by type. Eventually I want to have beads and charms in these drawers, but for now they're on my desk, easy to grab. I know exactly what I'm getting from where. I also categorize my papers by type. So again, I use these plastic wallets. So I've got one for envelopes and paper bags. I've got another one for vintage ephemera, vintage documents, you know, that sort of like special paper, I suppose. So again, I know exactly where to come when I want something. I've got this Mahalo folder for book pages and music sheets. So again, if I'm looking for something texty, I know exactly where to come. And I have a folder for plain stuff that I can use for backing tags, backing journal cards, that kind of thing. So again, I know exactly where to go when I want to grab the thing I need. Here is my junk box. Again, all of the junk and trash and packaging that I upcycle comes to this one place. I'm not allowed to keep more than this. It looks a little bit of a mess at the moment, probably does need a clean up, but everything is organized by type within here as well. So everything that I want to use for tags, pockets, journal covers is all like categorized within the box. The great thing about doing this is it actually looks quite neat from the outside. It's only when you open it up that it looks a bit messy. These are the drawers that I have under my desk. So again, this is where I categorize by type of thing. So I have a drawer for stencils, stamps, ink pads, daubers, brushes, all of that sort of stuff just fits within this drawer. I keep my tools in here. I think eventually I'll get these on the pegboard, but for now this is where I keep them. I've got a drawer for mainly where I keep my binding supplies, and then this would be a few odds and ends, but mainly tapes and washi tapes. And it's really great to have everything categorized again by type. I know exactly where to go. This is fabric scraps and buttons. I'm not allowed to keep more than this. And again, easy to grab from my desk. Let's talk paper scraps. So this big box here is my main scrap box. I'm not allowed to keep anything more than this. I used to colour code my paper scraps, but that became too much. So eventually I just thought with just one box, I think it's okay just to keep everything in here. So this is just, easy for me to grab from when I need something. But what I really wanted to show you is my working scrap box. So this is my cardstock scraps in this little bag. Again, I can't keep more than this. And then underneath that, I keep scraps that I'm currently working with or that I think that I will grab from quite regularly. So lots of neutrals in there. This is actually a shoebox lid that slides under the drawers that I keep on my desk. So I get to keep everything neat and tidy and easy to grab from. So as I mentioned, that can take a little bit of work. So I also use corralling trays and boxes and piles for when I'm busy, and I wanted to share with you how that looks as well. Okay, so this is where I keep my unfinished projects in one of the drawers under my desk. Some of you would have seen this before. And again, I'm not allowed to keep more than this. But the main reason that I wanted to share that is because I have this pile of stuff at the end of my desk. These are projects that I am actively working on. So it's a little bit full at the moment, but what I want to show you is that I keep everything to the end of my desk. So I've got all of this nice big open space for crafting and being clutter free. And then when I want to actively work on something, I can pull from here. I've got some trays and baskets on my desk. Again, these are things that I need to put back where they belong. So I've got fussy cuts, some fabric scraps, and some little bits and bobs, odds and ends. So again, just keeps things tidy until I get time to put things back where they belong. And I also do the same with these magazine files. As you can see, the one that contains the junk trash packaging is a little bit full, a little bit overspilling at the moment. But I wanted to show you this because I keep these magazine files here to keep everything vertical. When I found that I was keeping things horizontal, it was very easy for stuff to spill over. But here I've got everything ready to go, so next time I'm relaxing in front of the TV, I can organise stuff and put things back where they belong. In one of the magazine files, I keep papers for my signatures. Again, it's just easy to grab from when I'm sitting at my desk, working on a project, mid-flow, all of that good stuff. I find this really works well for me, so I definitely recommend doing it. So what's next? I still have some stuff left to do in my room. So I think the biggest thing that I need to work out is how to better use the pegboards. I've only recently got these up on the wall, so if anyone's got any tips for me for how you go about organising them for your mainly tools I think I want to use them for, then yeah, please leave me a comment down below and let me know how you go about doing it. Aside from that, I really hope that these tips have given you something to help you today. I really hope that you've enjoyed seeing my little studio. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I hope this has given you some food for thought, some inspiration, some ideas. These are all the things that have worked so well for me over the years, and I will continue sharing what works. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.